Welcome to another week of Risen Open, the Dominate League, actually, where our Platinum and Diamond teams, well, some Diamond players, but mostly Gold and Platinum players go on, and they're going to be fighting it out. I'm joined by Bump and Dump here. My name is Exodus. How you doing today, Bump?
I am doing just great. How are you today?
Doing good. I'm excited for another awesome game. Here we have facing off today is, excuse me, 1 second, the Weebs with Dreams versus Arctic Ops. What do you kind of know about these teams? Anything you know about how they play, what they kind of pick? What are you kind of expecting from them?
Actually, if we just want to go over the rosters real quick, for Arctic Ops in the top lane, we have Zep Toppy. In the jungle, we have Arctic Sands.
Oh, we're not? What? Oh, no, I didn't remember that.
They're drafting right now. They're drafting right now. They went live in the client, and
Ah, gotcha.
uh,
Alrighty then. You all right? Are we live on Twitch right now? Alrighty then. Yes, we did get the pro draft, absolutely. So Arctic Ops versus Weebs. I guess we're already in the pro draft here. So first pick, first ban out, Kane. Not really a surprise, as we can see. Looks like Arctic Ops does not want to play against Weebs because he looks like Weebs really plays a lot of Kane.
yeah, it looks like both junglers actually play a lot of Kane, so not surprising to see that get banned out on either side.
So I guess if Arctic Ops doesn't want to play him, let's say, hey, Weebs, you guys don't get to play him either.
Okay. Sorry about the delays, people. Just a little bit of a
Technical
little bit of
difficulties.
technical difficulties this season. Yes, sir.
Yep, they're a little hard to deal with, especially when you don't have a production team the size of Riot's. But we make do with what we have, especially, and the most important thing really is the competitive aspect of it, of course. All right, we've got a new pro draft. We'll check it out in just a moment. Perfect. So the Mordekaiser coming out as a ban on this side of I believe the Weeb side. What do you think about that? Mordekaiser kind of not really in the meta right now.
Not really in the meta, but it looks like Umbria for Arctic Ops, that is one of his preferred champs in the mid lane. And with so much priority over the jungle right now, it looks like not surprising to see that at all.
Mordekaiser in the mid lane, that's not something you see every day, but if Umbria can make it work, I guess if people aren't used to dealing with it, let's just ban that right off the table. So a few more bans come out. Morgana first pick for the side of Arctic Ops. Where do you think that's going to be going? Is that pretty much a flex pick for the mid lane, or is that strictly going to support?
It looks like I'm not sure how to say it. Ellis in the bot lane, it looks like their support is actually favored towards that Morgana. Wouldn't be surprised to see that go her way. Looks like we do have the Tom Kench getting counterpicked into that. So if anyone does get hit with a bind, we'll be able to just get devoured, taken to safety by that.
Yeah, it looks like a very, very safe pick over on the Weeb side. Tom Kench Sivir. If anything does land from the Morgana, it doesn't look like it'll work. Either they'll get devoured by the Kench, or Sivir's just going to go ahead and spell shield that up. But Aatrox and Xayah taken over by Arctic Ops. Aatrox probably going into the top lane as jungle isn't really favored, and Xayah with the 9.6 buffs with the added attack speed, probably a really good side, really good for the Arctic Ops side.
Yeah, and it's definitely a contested pick for that Aatrox because both Zep Tappy and Electron Slayer, that is both one of their top played champions in solo queue lately. So look to see something like the Hecarim come out. Maybe something like the Kennen is also a really good pick into that, as long as he can stay just out of the range to not get hit by those Qs.
Now Hecarim
We
banned
actually
out.
I'm sorry, the Hecarim, yeah, it does get banned out. We've seen that work as a Aatrox counter pick multiple times. Was brought out last year in the summer split by Cloud9 Licorice.
Yep. So they do not want to play against that Hecarim. Does not want to deal with that. So most likely we'll probably see the Kennen come out on this for Electron Slayer. But I guess we'll still see. There is still some time. Kennen also banned out now, so we're not going to have that either. Anything else do you think might be going into the top lane, try to counteract the Aatrox, or is it going to be kind of a stay alive lane?
Ooh, we do see actually a Camille getting picked. That'll be very interesting. That matchup, I'm not sure. Ooh, actually, Gnar will get switched over, so this will be a ranged versus melee matchup, but still fantastic counterplay once that Mega Gnar does come out. So, not sure which who will be exactly favored. I think it'll be rune based in terms of how that top lane matchup will go.
Now, I do want to switch our focus over to the Echo pick, actually, on the side of Weebs. We didn't really talk about it at all, but it may be a flex, I think, as it can go into the jungle and maybe even the mid lane, and I guess just kind of gives him that flexibility.
Yeah, it normally traditionally would see that in the mid lane, but Longshot is known for playing that Echo, and with the final pick of that Orianna, it looks like we will see the Orianna mid. Also, Umbria is known for picking up that Nunu mid, which we also do see because of the Elise pick. So it'll be really exciting to see the Nunu versus Orianna mid lane matchup.
Now, I've never seen a Nunu mid, so explain to me kind of how that matchup works and how you kind of go through lane and how you really play the game without proper utilization of your snowball and stuff like that. I haven't actually.
I'm not too familiar with the Nunu mid. That was something new for me also. So we're going to both be learning a little bit together. I think it's going to be about getting mid lane control. He took Predator, so I think it's going to be about getting mid lane control, trying to push with your E, and then getting out to the side lanes with your snowball.
Okay. So we're loading into the game here. These two teams are ready to battle it out. Zeptepi, Arctic Sands, Umbria, Boblas, Elise on the side of Arctic Ops, and of course Electron Slayer, McLongshot, Brutus Muffin, Prime, and Undrunk on the side of Weebs. Very exciting game. Interesting comps. Tell me a little bit what you think both of these teams are trying to accomplish with these comps.
I think we are going to see a lot of early play coming out here for Arctic Ops. That Elise is one of those junglers that could definitely gank at level 2. I haven't seen too much Echo jungle recently, but if I'm familiar with it, you can't gank until at least level 3. I don't imagine you're putting a point in W until level 3, if that, maybe level 4 since you're a jungler. Just I don't know when he will choose to gank, so we'll definitely have to keep an eye on McLongshot here in this matchup. In terms of bot lane, like we mentioned, Boblaz and Ellis are going to try to get some harass onto this Sivir and this Tom Kench, but not sure what is going to really be able to come out of this between the Devour and the Spell Shield. Do see a very early snowball coming out.
Yep, not going to catch anybody, but you talked about that early aggression, and Arctic Ops sure showing that they are ready to fight and rumble. Trying to that early level 1 invade on the bot side, and they're on the side of Weebs taking advantage of that and placing a ward top side.
I mean, between the snowball, the binding, you could have the Elise start Cocoon if necessary. You have the Aatrox that already starts with the Q for the ridiculous 3 knockups. That would you've had so much early early invade potential. So not surprised to see that attempted.
I don't know. I guess we'll see kind of what happens. Now, this Aatrox Gnar lane, I'm really excited to see kind of what happens. Obviously, it is a ranged versus melee matchup, but at the same time, Gnar isn't in the best of spots currently. I know he received a few buffs recently, but I don't know if it's enough to counteract the Aatrox with his sustain and long-range harass.
Yeah, the fleet footwork will definitely help him out with that matchup. I recently have seen a lot of press the attacks just to interact with his W well, but I think the fleet footwork will give him that healing and that movement speed that he needs to help get him through lane phase.
Nothing super strange that we're seeing on the side of Runes, but of course it is really interesting to watch this this new mid lane versus the Orianna. It seems to be getting chunked out quite a bit early. Should he be maxing the Chomp? Should he be maxing the Snowball? What do you think?
I'm not going to say what he should be maxing because I don't know how he's going to play this matchup. It really depends on how he wants to play this matchup. If he wants to, we saw him using the Snowball. Ooh, a lot of damage coming out from Aatrox net.
Yeah, but Gnar in not a fantastic position, taking a lot of harass from the Aatrox and just lands 3 Qs, and Gnar's now at half health.
Yeah, the Darkened Blade does so much damage with the 3 casts coming out of that. We do have the Mega Gnar transformation coming out in that top lane. But I think if in this new matchup, we saw him harass this the Orianna a little bit, try to farm up a little bit.
As we have some action in the bot lane, Elise comes in for the help. We've got a 1-1 trade, and the exhaust comes out, and flashes and takes out the Tahm Kench, and that is a double kill going over to the side of Arctic Ops. Only a few summoners expended. It looks like flash on the side of Arctic Ops from Bobbles to secure the kill, but other than that, just the life of Ellie's in order to secure that double. Very good early aggression from their side.
Unfortunately for the WWD bot lane here, there is no summoner spells in this bot lane currently. The flash on ADC Prime still has about another minute on it before it'll come back up.
Did she expended her flash during that level 1 invade, did she not?
I'm not sure if it was during that level 1 invade. It might have been during a earlier aggression trade. Electron Slayer's taking a ton of damage here. Does have to blow the flash.
Yep, and Milk Longshot was there just to make sure that Electron stayed alive, but still had to expend the flash as he was getting dangerously low. And as we all know, Aatrox's 3rd Q does buttloads of damage.
Oh yeah, it does crit, so it would be scary.
Zeptapi just taking full advantage, and we have some more action in the top lane as Umbria comes in with a snowball, lands the root, and Boblaz will do tons and tons of damage as Umbria will grab that kill secure with the Chomp. And Umbria a little bit ahead, losing out on a little farm in the mid lane, but answering herself with a kill as Arctic Sands will pick up that farm in the mid lane. Happy to get that XP, of course, with the jungle XP kind of in an interesting place lately.
Yeah, I actually do see the flash coming out. Last Darkened Blade will connect and will pick up the solo kill on the Gnar.
Zeptapi playing so aggressive this early game, not caring at all about the range matchup, saying, hey Electron, if you step up, you're gonna die. You're gonna experience my wrath on my Aatrox. So very bloody in the top lane, and Electron Slayer not looking good right now.
Yeah, if we, it's going to be up to Zeptapi to see if the hop is available on this Gnar. If it is, do see the Sivir will get devoured there.
Brutus Muffin low on mana. Umbria lands the root, gets the Chomp off, and that's pretty much it. That's the extent of what a Nunu can do. Initial engage, Chomp, and that's pretty much it on the damage.
Yeah, but like I mentioned, with that Nunu mid, he kind of did a traditional Predator jungler thing and got his boots the first back, and then he lane ganked the bot lane with the Predator active, got the fantastic snowball off. We saw it connect on to Tahm Kench. He was just gone from there because there's so much CC in that bot lane.
Absolutely. Electron not even being able to walk up to the lane, forced to kind of farm under tower here. You can see that, of course, trying to get that 3-hit passive off on the Aatrox, but even in the last trade was only able to get 2, just showing how dominant Zeptapi is in this top lane matchup right now. It looks very one-sided with almost double the Gnar's CS. At this point, in this kind of situation, what do you even do as Gnar?
Honestly, you just need to try to farm up, get to that black cleaver, and try to get to a point where you are relevant with your team later when you can get those Mega Gnars out and the big Gnar with that ultimate. You are pretty much just going to try to survive, be a big tanky TC bot for your team later.
We haven't seen a whole lot of action from Longshot in the jungle yet on that Echo. Echo in the jungle isn't usually a very common pick. What's kind of something...
I'm gonna Mark's. Ooh, we do have some action coming out in the bot lane.
Yep.
This Tom Kench is not getting a break.
Nope. Pops the shield though, and he's gonna be okay. Umbria maybe falls to the tower. Yes!
Oh.
ADC Prime actually gets a kill back, survives the gank. Umbria goes a little bit too far, and we're gonna be that's gonna be a 1-for-0 trade on the side of Weebs. But we're gonna have some tower plates going down, all in the favor of the blue side. So
yeah,
they
unfortunately,
effort, but that's it.
Unfortunately for Umbria, it did start the absolute zero while taking the turret aggro, and you just movement lock yourself there, took too many turret shots, did end up going down.
Electron Slayer,
and like I mentioned, with the Echo jungle matchup, anytime I've played it, I've waited until 6 to gank, just due to you can dive really aggressively under turret and have your ultimate as a way to bail you out from that. So we'll see if that's how Longshot is going to choose to play this. He is almost level 6, so see if we will see some ganks coming out from him soon.
Absolutely. Tepi going to be backing to base, just grabbing himself a Phage, which is going to make it that much harder for Gnar to get away from him once he starts landing those autos.
Oh, we do have 3 people in the mid lane.
Brutus Muffin forced a flash, lands the shockwave to get Umbria off, but is it going to be enough? Arctic Stance follows. Azelise does not land the cocoon, but does take down Brutus Muffin with the help of Umbria and the support roam from bot lane. That's one dead mid laner.
Yeah, unfortunately, even though the cleanse got used, there was just more CC to follow up after it got cleansed out, used the shockwave to stop the Nunu, but it just, once you stop the Nunu, the snowball rolls for a few hundred more units, so unfortunately did get hit by that follow-up CC, and that was all they needed to pick off Brutus Muffin, unfortunately.
Yeah, it looks like the only way to actually get away from that gank was to just not be in that position in the first place. But, you know, bright side, it's Brutus actually seemed to have played that pretty well considering the circumstances. You know, they did pop the cleanse and the flash and was able to shockwave the Nunu away. Unfortunately, just wasn't enough as, of course, they just had 2 more members there waiting. So, unfortunately, just wasn't enough. But well played, though. Well played.
Yeah, I love seeing how this Nunu, like I mentioned, kind of playing how I predicted it would play, trying to shove out those minions in the mid lane and then use that snowball and the Predator to get around the map, help your teammates out. I would love to see Umbria try to move up to this top lane, put even more pressure on Electron Slayer. They definitely have some potential to mess with him if they can get the Elise up there also.
Oh, absolutely. It just at the moment it just kind of looks like they're trying to push away bot wave. Echo just trying to hang around, trying to see if they can make anything work. And Arctic stands right there, doesn't land the CC onto anybody, and unfortunately a bit of a failed gank.
Do have the TP coming in, and also we do have Umbria here.
Unfortunately not happening. Oh, but the ultimate gets used by Aatrox, trying to get a kill for himself, does slay ADC Prime, going to be resurrecting with his ultimate, still getting followed by Undrunk. Is he going to be able to get away? A double kill!
Oh my god.
with the ultimate from Electron, and Boblaz gets out Zeptepi, and they're going to be taking not only a clean ace, or not an ace, excuse me, of 4 kills for their side, leaving only Orianna in the mid lane, but they're going to be taking Burst Turret and the rest of those plates at not even 12 minutes. That was just a slaughter in the bot lane.
Yeah, that was a fantastic Flash Featherstorm coming out of Boblaz. Did go ahead and finish off. I think it was long shot there to keep the Aatrox alive. Gave him plenty of time to go ahead and get out. Very impressive there, pick up all 4 members and not lose anyone off of that.
Committed 5 members, and Arctic Sands may have gotten picked off here. Yep. ADC Prime picks up.
Yeah, now it's looking good. Do have all 5 members here of WWD here contesting this.
Oh no!
Oh no! And that is a 3 minutes. Yeah, that is 3 minutes you are not going to get back. Sorry, friend. Sorry, 5 minutes rather, but that is unfortunate.
Yep. So a bit of an oopsie there from the side of Elias, but at the same time, with the way things are going, it looks like Weebs are going to have to do a hell of a job trying to actually make this take advantage of that failed flash. Morgana still has, of course, the black shield, and not a whole lot of CC on the side of Weebs that is going to be able to take advantage of that. So at the same time, sucks to have that flash blown, but unless Weebs can do something about it, doesn't hurt really much, does it?
Yeah, and we actually see Arctic Ops moving their bot lane up into the mid lane, sending Umbria down and clearing just a little bit of a mid-bot lane swap here.
Yep.
Unfortunately, a 2-0-3 Aatrox in this matchup in the top lane is never fun to play against. Have about an 1,800 gold lead on this Aatrox. That is very unfortunate.
And Ellie seems to have caught out Undrunk with the added move speed on the ultimate. Undrunk doesn't seem to be getting away. Too much CC, too much damage. And Nunu coming in at top speed just to make sure. That's unfortunately Tom can't get away.
I love this mobility, this odd mobility chain CC comp that they've drafted on Arctic Ops here. This Nunu mid, we all questioned it in Champion Select, but I am honestly enjoying it.
Zeptepi with the flank goes in. I don't know if he's going to be able to buy enough time for his team. His team
does have the Wealth Render.
Follows up on Electron Slayer. Zeptepi alone in the backline. 1v1 takes out
the double kill.
Undrunk gonna be caught in the storm and blown up by Boblaz. That's Tom Kench. You can't get any yourself out of that one. Woo!
That was a massive fight coming out there. The World Ender did keep Zeptepi alive. I was surprised by his pathing. I was like, dude, path towards your team. And he's like, nope, I'm going to go get a double kill in a 1v4. Let's go do this. His team followed up, and they were able to... Ooh, a very aggressive Flash Featherstorm. Boblaz loves the Flash Featherstorms. He may go down here. One more auto will pick up the Orianna. Double kill with the Feather Recall. Oh my god, that was very impressive.
Double kill from Boblaz. He knows how much damage he can do. He's a 5-0-6 Zaya with Infinity Edge completed. You gotta give him a little more respect, guys. What's going on?
Yeah, it does have the Infinity Edge completed. It is backing, I believe, not actually just back, picked up the Zeal and the Berserker Greaves, so now she has the attack speed. It's going to be a scary Zaya.
Twin Shadows actually coming out for Nunu. This is going to be an interesting one.
I love this build. This is...
It's just move speed, AP. You just can pop his Twin Shadows and run after whoever it was.
Give me a Shirelias. Please give me a Shirelias on this build. If it's just all speed active items, I love this build. This is great.
Zeptepi just doing so much damage. Undrunk is not going to be able to get out of this one. It just seems like they're getting caught in their own jungle with vision. It's but they do have quite a bit of vision on the top side. Definitely enough to take out this Rift Herald at 16 minutes. And we're at a 6k gold lead, 16-4 on the side of kills. And it just looks like everything is going the way of Arctic Ops at the moment.
Yeah, we have Brutus, Muffin, and Longshot in the jungle, possibly around to contest this, but there are 4 members in right around the river and the pit, so wouldn't it be the best idea to dive in on that? We do have the Chrono Break available on this Echo, so would give him some way to get out, but...
So at this point, can you send the Gnar to just split push, or is Aatrox just going to be too much of a threat?
You can try to send the Gnar to split push, but he has not even completed his Black Cleaver at this point. He doesn't even have Boots 1. Like, if he... Do you have the fight coming out on the top lane?
That's right, and it just looks like a slaughter, but it looks like Echo was able to get in there and destroy the Xayah, so Xayah no longer has anything.
Oh, we do have Aatrox teleport again. Follow-up teleport coming in from the Gnar.
He's going to have to get himself away, though, because he is alone at the moment. Only has the peel from the Morgana just to make sure he's out safe. Not really a wasted teleport, per se, but it didn't really accomplish much other than get his team to safety. And we have so much vision invested into that top side there. Baron's not going to even be up for another 2.5 minutes, but, I mean, whoever's up on top side is definitely safe. They'll see anyone coming.
As someone who has been a very frustrated solo queue player lately, I'm excited to see all of this vision in the jungle. I am a marksman, jungle player. Those are my 2 roles, so just I love me some vision.
Oh, it's so much fun. So much fun looking at the minimap and just seeing a Nunu just fly through lane just with his snowball. Just makes my heart happy, you know?
Excuse me. Yeah, we do see the Aether Wisp getting picked up by the Nunu. That is going to be picked. That is going to go into the Shirelius Revelry. I guarantee it.
And 2 members blown up. Echo being run away.
Trying to get out here.
It looks like a battle on 2 fronts. And Umbria does sacrifice himself, but ADC Prime picking up that kill, opening up the entire map, taking out not only 1 turret, but probably 2 turrets in the mid lane as well.
Yeah, they will get another charge off with this Rift Herald.
Is this an inhibitor as well? Yeah, I think death timers are a little too high.
That will go ahead and be an inhibitor, at least 4 seconds on the 2 more members coming out. Just a great 4-for-1 fight there with Umbria giving up their life to keep things alive.
Yeah, now they're just going to take away the jungle, maybe look for a pick here.
Did it?
Wow. Wow.
Apparently Rift Herald got a charge off on the Nexus turret, so... And one thing we need to keep in mind, they can only heal back up to the...
Huge shockwave! The ambush goes wrong as 2 members fall! Tahm Kench runs after Boblaz, but thanks to the Twin Shadows, they're going to get away without losing any more members. But that looked like a disaster on the side of Weebs. Is actually that's exactly what they need to get back into this game.
Yeah, that may it have been a fight that went their way, but they are at a 7k gold deficit right now. They do have the Infernal Drake that they got early, but they are bleeding gold right now, and with that mid lane inhibitor open, there's not much they can do right now. They just need to continually get those positive fights. Yep. And they need to shut down this Aatrox.
At this point, oh, Zeptapi just running in, and here comes Nunu, baby!
I love this pick.
Yeah, I would, if I was on the side of Weebs, I would ban that immediately next game. Like, that's first ban material. It's not only a pick that's fairly good in the hands of Umbria, but it's a pick that they're not very familiar with, so they really don't know how to play around.
There's no way they can... Oh,
Echo gets blown up, but this is perfect for Sivir. They're all together. Boomerang's hitting everything. Prime tries to hit. Zeptepi running low. Second Boomerang does not hit. He's going to survive undrunk.
Yeah, World Ender is not available.
Nope. So he is going to survive. And I feel like I've been saying that a lot. He's at 5-0-11. He has not died once this game. World Ender only popped maybe a couple of times, but he's looking like a rock in the top lane as Weebs.
I think the craziest part about this game is we are only 21 minutes in.
This game is looking so one-sided.
Yeah, it's looking very one-sided.
As we look at the gold graph here, we're actually at the gold. We're looking at actually 3,000 gold ahead is this Aatrox. So this Gnar can no longer split push. He's no longer safe in a side lane. Not even as Mega Gnar. So basically, he has to hope that he gets Mega Gnar at a point where they're team fighting. But that's it. Like, that's really all he can do at this point, just to even stay relevant, is to hope he has Mega Gnar in a team fight.
And like we've seen, even if you are off in a side lane and you think you're safe, we just have Umbria with those snowballs, and the Predator just will hunt you down. Another aggressive path coming in.
Ooh, long shot gobbled up by the Tahm Kench. Says, you may be cocooned, but you're coming with me. So safety there, thankfully. It's as if Tahm Kench is their only beacon of hope when it comes to getting picked off. But Baron seem to have a lot of vision on Baron. Not much. They're not really worried. Even if they could turn this pretty easily if they need be. And Zeptapi just going in with the World Ender on the Aatrox, doing not only a lot of damage, but buying a lot of time for Boblaz to do damage to Electron Slayer. So both teams backing off.
WWD was able to pick up the Morgana.
Oh, that's right. Yep. So 1 kill off, and thankfully they were able to stop the Baron, buying themselves a few more minutes in this game.
Yeah,
so,
I think that on the side of WWD, they honestly just need to try to do a better job of playing around the Gnar Fury.
Yep, and that's it's hard to do though, for sure.
Because it looks like another aggressive path coming in. So many aggressive snowballs coming in from Umbria.
World Ender down, and they are all going to turn on Zeptapi. Has to flash the wall, and the heal used. He is going to come out alive. Dildemic Longshot wants more. Xayah just doing so much damage, is exhausted, throws out the world. The shockwave comes in, takes one down, 2 more to follow, and that is a huge team fight for WWD.
Yeah, it looks like this is the point where it does come back in their favor. They will get just a almost clean contest. We do have to remember Arctic Sands is here. Ellis is back on this Morgana. May be able to find something with this, but Sivir is absolutely destroying this Morgana with just autos. They will have to back off as all 4 members are very low. Tahm Kench may have to just give up his life. Dildemic Longshot will take that Chrono Break in. Oh my god.
Electron Slayer too scared to go in for the Q on Arctic Sands, and Arctic Sands and Ellies, the support and the jungler, able to scare off not just 4 members, but 5 members of WWOD off of Baron. I'm not sure why Prime decided to stop autoing Ellies there.
We need to give Arctic Sands a lot of credit because he just repelled the Chrono Break. We need to point that out. He didn't take any damage from the Chrono Break because he repelled at the right time.
Wow.
That's how we got that kill on that Echo. It's insane.
What a play.
What a beast.
Awesome. Zeptapi chilling out, just hanging out. They really want this this Infernal Drake, as it is going to provide a big buff for the side of, well, for whoever sides gets it.
Yeah, we do already have one on the side of WWD here, so really are looking to get this picked up for Arctic Ops here, as the first Drake is the most impactful.
Shockwave does not connect, Black shielded by the Morgana. That's a big team fight problem coming in, and Umbria, Undrunk's probably going to fall here. He sure does, but the Chrono Break getting Longshot out of that and able to pick up 1 more kill. That's another pick off coming onto the side of WWOD, but unfortunately losing the Tahm as well. So, going...
Yeah, unfortunately for Boblaz, he had such a big lead here, and honestly, it doesn't look like he had a lead at all in the lane phase. He hasn't been able to get much off. He hasn't been able to get much to happen. He just gets focused down. He does not have the Tahm Kench to save him, so he's just getting bursted.
You know, Brutus Muffin is doing such a good job right now, poking with the Orianna, throwing out crucial shockwaves at the right moments. It's he's playing a great game on that Ori and making it show his mastery on that champion. Very, very well played by Brutus, zoning off the enemy team.
Yeah, the last ultimate was definitely a zoning ultimate, but some of the other shockwaves have been a lot better.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
Sorry, I had to drop the zoning ult meme.
Of course. Now, this Echo pick, how do you feel about the Echo pick in the jungle? Do you think it should have gone somewhere else at this point, or do you think this is the right place for him?
I don't... maybe put him in the top lane, but you don't want to put Gnar in the jungle. So I would have pulled Gnar out of this team comp in general. I think, honestly, the Echo could have paired up into an Aatrox. That matchup sounds a little bit better than how this Aatrox Gnar has been going. Not sure if it just wasn't played right, or if Zep is just that proficient on this Aatrox, but I'm not going to criticize the Echo jungle. It has been working out well. He has been able to find some of those stuns, and the chrono breaks have been great. Shockwave does connect onto Arctic Sands, not able to find anything, though, just will burst him down to about a quarter HP.
That does push him out of the siege, though, and kind of pushes him back to farming. So great shockwave by him. Unfortunately, again, like you said, isn't able to find much more, but still very well played by the Ori. It doesn't seem like they're going to be fighting anytime soon either. So as the game goes on, though, need to remember, with more and more gold that is in each of their pockets, the less this goal difference actually, I guess, makes a difference, as it does look like WWOD is making a run for it. Brutus Muffin seems to be caught out. Does throw it out an ability, and an ADC Prime going in.
Yeah, not exactly the place you want to be if you are the Sivir, or I'm sorry, the Elise or Morgana. Morgana will have to pop the stopwatch just to get out.
Oh, Electron Slayer not able to find the boulder onto Elias. But it does look like they're able to scare him off enough to go clear out some vision through the Baron area, as that is the most important objective on the map currently.
Yeah, and they have the Sivir with 2 crit items. They can start this Baron if they want to.
Umbria just feigning going in right there and is able to zip away with the added move speed from not only the Twin Shadows, but also a Spellbinder. And a Cloud Drake in his back pocket, so he's just having fun running around. Another shockwave
won't find any. Oh, I did find Arctic Sands, rather.
Just chunking out their jungler and making it a little more difficult and a little riskier to actually go and make a Baron play on the side of Arctic Ops. So again, still very well played. These shockwaves aren't making much of a difference in big team fights, as they aren't happening, but they are kind of a big damage dealer right now in this very crucial transition into the late game.
Yeah, they've been able to chunk the Elise out twice with those shockwaves. So if they can do that one more time, they can start Baron and have a much better contest, because unfortunately for the side of WWD, they need to keep in mind the consume coming out from Nunu. If they can time the consume smite, so that is will always be a 50-50 on this Baron potentially.
And this is something that I wanted to have seen happen about 10 minutes ago, is Zep in a side lane, being a nuisance, pulling off members everywhere you go. Nobody can contest him one-on-one except maybe the Orianna, but even then she's got to stay under tower because he is very likely to actually get to her flash blown for the side of Arctic Ops. So that's another crucial tool that is expended.
Ooh, nice shockwave. World Thunder did get popped by Zeptapi.
That's right, and flash on the side of Orianna. If Orianna gets caught in team fights, I think that's GG. Even if Sivir gets caught, I think they'd be okay. But if Ori gets caught, I think they can just run it down and end here. So very important that Brutus Muffin stays alive in these team fights.
Yeah, great on WWD here to be able to stall out this game, let their inhibitor respawn. They've also been able to take 2 dragons since they lost that inhibitor, so great on them to just stall this game out and keep themselves in this game.
Now I'm really hoping that they decide to... Oh, Undrunk maybe caught out on the Tahm Kench. Longshot does have Chrono Break available, is able to get out. And Undrunk also out of there without much problems. Zep Tappy getting chunked out by one Orianna skill as well as a Boomerang. So Zep Tappy, though he does a lot of damage, though he has the World Ender... Oh, ADC Prime going in by herself! Having to flash out Electron Slayer says, okay, I guess we're in it, but he's a little late to the party, bud.
Hasn't really been able to find any effectiveness on this Gnar.
Unfortunately not. Every time he gets his transformation, it just seems like he's a little bit late to the party, but it seems like another Infernal going to the side of WWOD. And that, my friends, is huge. That's now 3 Infernals. That's a lot more damage on their side. And you know, 10 minutes ago, I thought this game was over. Now, I'm not so sure.
Yeah, we do have the triple Infernal coming out. Very close to... Oh, actually, possibly not a Death Cap yet coming out for this Orianna. That looks like a Spellbinder coming out next, maybe. We'll see. But yeah, this Orianna is going to be doing a ton of damage soon. Almost to that level 16, currently at the 14, but the Shockwave will be available so often. Currently on a 62-second cooldown.
The longer this game goes, that Elise is looking more and more like a Cocoon bot. As all she's doing is getting chunked out by Orianna, and again, not much else.
Yeah, it's kind of going for that hybrid build with the Morel and Omicron and the the Rylai's that gives a faux tankiness, but without any resistances, it's just so squishy.
Now, I haven't seen a whole lot of Morgana ultimates that have been landing yet. Oh, as Undrunk does catch her out. Again, Cocoon comes out. Undrunk taking a little bit of damage. But as Tahm Kench, pretty tanky. Oh, I think someone went golden there on the left. I believe Elise used her Zhonya's, or somebody did on the left side. Just mirrored Barrier Pit. Not sure who it was.
Huh.
Or maybe it was my mind playing tricks on me and I thought I heard Zhonya's and I didn't.
I'm not sure. I don't see any cooldowns that would match up.
Oh, and Brutus.
Ooh, fantastic.
Repels the shockwave. Repels the
fantastic repel, rather, yeah.
And Electron trying to stay alive. It looks like they're all stunned. Morgana makes it. Umbria channels the old full channel onto Electron. He goes down, and that's 3 members down of WOD. And I'm not sure whether they're going to be taking this inhibitor and might be able to take more on the back of that, as the only members alive right now are the Echo and the Tahm Kench. Not sure if they can hold against these 4 members.
Yeah, I don't think an Echo and a Tahm Kench can hold against these members, particularly. They only were able to pick the top laner off this map, and looks like they will just pick up the inhibitor and back out with fear of just getting picked off by Longshot. He does have a ton of pick potential with this Hector.
But going straight to the Baron is where they're going, and at least just seems to be zoning them off. Trying to figure out, just trying to not show where they're at, throwing away some binds. But Echo can smell it. He can smell it in the water, but he is going to be too late, as Arctic Sands and Boblez and Umbria are going to pick up the Baron for their side. And now, game is swung in their favor once again.
Game back and forth. Still have an 8,000 gold lead in favor of Arctic Ops here, but like we mentioned, the gold lead really doesn't matter at this point in the game anymore. People are starting to get towards those full builds, and just with more items completed, it starts to matter less and less.
That's right. I want to see Zep Tepi in a side lane in order for them to be close this game out, maybe push out a lane. But right now, roaming is 3. Though we have the pick potential, I don't think WWOD is letting it happen. I think they've gotten picked off one too many times, and I think their radar is on full alert.
I definitely think they need to send the Aatrox back up to the top lane. They need to I think this would be a great 1-4 composition where if you can just get the 4 members in the bot lane, send the Aatrox into the top lane, they will have to send 2 members to respond to that Aatrox or they will lose structures.
Ellie's getting chunked out by the Ori once again. She is just so strong and such a nuisance at this point of the game. Oh, Zeptepi may have gotten caught out. World Ender does come out, so we will have the revive pack. Able to scare off because Arctic Sands is here to assist. But so a pick, not really a pick, but World Ender was baited out, so buys himself a little more time again, once again.
Yeah, World Ender does get consumed, but at this point in the game, it's honestly, the cooldown isn't terrible. It's at 84 seconds, and compared to some of the other ultimates in the game, ooh, looks like we do have the Tahm Kench just getting caught out. Grey Health does not get used. We'll get a little bit of healing back off, but we'll just get forced back to base.
Electron Slayer looks like he's caught out. Dildimic Longshot tries to help him out, is able to go to safety. Zeptepi there to help, but it doesn't look like they have much. And now they're running in. Oh. Brutus Muffin's looking for more, but nothing to be found once again.
Yeah, ADC Prime did pop on the hunt there. WWD is just trying to find something, and they are not able to find anything.
No.
Oh, we do have the Elder Drake getting started up here. This definitely benefits Arctic Ops here because there are 4 Drakes on the side of WWD, so this is more about denying it from them.
Absolutely. Now, if you're sitting on the side of Arctic Ops, what are you talking about in comms? What are you saying? How are you saying? Why can't we close out this game? What do we have to do to close it out? Like, what's kind of your mindset right now?
Oh, they're probably flaming the new mid just because you always flame the unconventional pick. But like I mentioned, I would love to see a 1-4. That would be fantastic. You do have the new that can get around the map so fast if someone does need to go help the Aatrox. But this Aatrox is scary. If he can get a 1-on-1 or even a 1v2, he can at least take 1 member down. Does have the World Ender available again. And honestly, Arctic Ops wasted that last Baron.
Yep, didn't seem like they really got anything on it, but ooh, caught out. Tahm Kench is able to grab her, not much happening.
And we do have 3 death caps on the map right now. We do have that on Longshot, Brutus Muffin, and Umbria here on this new. Do you see, like I mentioned, the 4-1 coming out, Aatrox in the bot lane, 4 members in the top side, and they are looking to pick up this turret. Aatrox applying a little bit of pressure, trying to get that inhibitor down. Sorry, looks like the inhibitor is still down, rather. Just trying to get these minions cleared. Apply this pressure, and once they can get minions pushed up to these these Nexus turrets, rather, it really impacts what WWD can do.
On the hunt.
On the hunt, does get popped.
Ooh, but they do not want to go in after Prime has been chunked out. It looks like they wanted to go in and then just couldn't, unfortunately. This would be the time to go in. Electron Slayer is in Meganar. He's running in. Gets Elise alone, but it looks like he's just inting at this point. Oh! Shockwave lands onto Elise, unfortunately isn't enough. Zeptepi is in the backline with World Ender.
Oh my god, that was a massive snowball.
Shot. Does channel the ulti. Brutus Muffin, the only one left, is going to be caught out by the bind. And that's a clean ace, and that will be the game. Game 1 going over to the side of Arctic Ops, finally.
Yeah, fantastic on Arctic Ops. Finally able to find a team fight, use that Baron buff, and massive snowball coming out. Between the Predator, the Spellbinder, and the Death Cap on this new, that snowball did so much damage.
Absolutely. We cannot discount the flank from Zeptepi with the World Ender. Just causing mayhem really in the backline, while Electron just looked like he was inting at that point, but it really was because Zeptepi prevented any follow-up from him.
Yeah, on the side of WWD here, between games, what you need to be talking about is the fact that you're going to ban that new out in the next game. you're not going to ban the Aatrox because it may not have worked out for Electron Slayer in the top lane, but he is also an Aatrox player. So they can contest that pick by just stealing it away because they are on blue side this next game. So they will have that first pick. So hopefully they will just go ahead and steal that away. Won't give Zep Tepi that potential. But I mean, the man also plays Renekton and Urgot. So his picks are strong right now.
Looking at the damage graphs, Elise having the most damage? What?
That is that is nutty. 197,000 damage. Oh no, no. Saya did 262,000. Saya did more. Oh, regular damage. My bad. Oh yeah, my bad. That's nutty. Yeah, that's nutty. How did Elise do more damage?
I guess all she really had to do is to throw out her exploding spider. Just throw it there and forget about it, really. She also did have a lot of pick potential. She did go very, very, very hard in the early game, and even in the late game, just kept throwing out pokes. So really, I think that's really what made the difference. Also, she was able to land the cocoons. If you land a cocoon, it's going to be tough to get out of. That's for sure.
Yeah, definitely hard to get away from those cocoons, especially early. But I think that we will be taking a little bit of a break before game 2. Is that correct? Okay, so we are going to take a little bit of a break before game 2, where we will have WWD on the blue side coming up against Arctic Ops. Don't go anywhere. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. We are here for game two. We will be into the pick and ban here shortly. Coming in off of that game one, what are we looking to see in this pick ban?
Ban the Nunu! Ban the Nunu! Get that off the map! Oh my goodness. Yeah. Yeah, you can go ahead.
Whenever you're ready. But yep. I also don't want to see that Nunu again. Also recommend stealing that Aatrox pick away if possible, or just completely removing it. Who knows? We will have to see how that works out. I would also love to see the Urgot come out this game because the buffs that came through for him in this patch are just absolutely ridiculous. If you haven't had the misfortune of playing against him in this patch, they changed him where at max rank for his W, which is the minigun, you just get to toggle the minigun. So it's disgusting. He rips through turrets now. So much damage.
Absolutely. Taking away wards in an instant, ripping through turrets. He's been a huge jungle or huge jungler as of right now. So, Urgot definitely in a strong spot right now. Could be an answer to Aatrox, as it doesn't look like they've banned it out, which is a
Yeah.
Did they misban or something? Did they screw that up or something? What's going on?
Not sure if it was a misban or if it was just no new ban coming through either. It looks like they just are going to try to pick around it. For our first bans coming out, we do have the Mordekaiser Lucian Pike, followed by the Kha'Zix, Kayn, and Morgana.
Well, Caitlyn coming out for her first pick, not first pick worthy, in my opinion. The buff to her ace in the hole, her ultimate, I don't think is enough to put her in a really good spot. There's just so much sustain in the bot lane lately that her bullying just doesn't do as much as it should, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's surprising to see Arctic Ops ban away the Urgot this. I'm sorry, the Morgana this game rather, because they were the ones to pick it last game. Do see the Lee Sin get picked up, which is one of the preferred picks here for Arctic Sands. I looked at his op.gg and he has been playing a lot of Lee Sin.
Yep,
Nico followed up.
Yep. So Lisa and Nico taken up on Arctic Ops. Finally, the Urgot comes out. Right.
One thing I do need to point out. One thing I do need to point out due to solo queue scouting, my prediction is that it's going to be a bot lane Nico. Bob Blaz has been playing a lot of this on hit Nico with the Rage Blade and the Blade of the Rune King in the bottom lane. So definitely looking to see that just because 9.6, they actually buffed her attack speed growth. So yeah, definitely. They felt a little bad for that hotfix nerf that they did in the middle of 9.5. So they gave her a little bit of power back.
Okay. All right. Perfect. That makes sense. So Nami, Caitlyn lane looking to stay safe in the bot lane. We'll see if they can do so with a Thresh Nico. Lots of roots, lots of catch potential there. So it looks like they're just going to have to stay in range. I'm not sure how aggressive they're going to be able to be. Nunu ban finally comes out, as Arctic Ops did not pick their mid lane there. Well, not really locked in yet, but if the Nunu is banned out, what do you kind of foresee? Oh, Aatrox. What do you kind of see?
Aatrox ban.
What do you kind of see coming out in the mid lane and top lane? Do you think?
I'm not completely sure what we are going to see in this mid lane, top lane. We do have the Urgot getting picked up. We kind of want to see something. Maybe Kennen get picked into that. That is one of the preferred picks for Electron Slayer. Honestly, you just don't want to see him on the Gnar again because did not make that match, that champion effective at all.
Yeah, Gnar did not look fantastic. Nunu still not banned out, but I'm not exactly sure if they're going to even want to pick the Nunu because it doesn't really fit into this comp at the moment. It looks like kind of a catch comp. Nico, Lee Sin, very strong, but it looks like a little more even of a team fighting comp. Renekton comes out for the side of Arctic Ops, and I love that pick. with the combination of champions that they have right now. Brings a lot of utility to the team, a lot of damage, and a lot of backline threat. So Caitlyn, Nami, though long range, are going to have to be careful because the big croc is hungry and in the top lane right now.
Yeah, this is definitely one of the picks that Zep has been playing. If you look at his OP.GG, rather, for the past few seasons, it has been one of his top champions, and especially with the changes that have come through to Conqueror, Renekton is just ridiculous right now, especially with Spear of Sojourn.
Even showing the Zoe earlier, they showed it earlier instead of the Nico. And just they're looking for maybe a long
actually,
range
a
mage.
Veigar coming through his last pick.
Just surprising me there. I had no idea Veigar, but Brutus seems to have. I'm sorry, not Brutus. Mid seems to play a lot of control mages. So Anivia being stolen away, thankfully, because Anivia is one of Brutus Muffin's big champions actually. So.
Yeah, it'll definitely be interesting to see this Anivia versus Veigar matchup. One thing I'm really excited to see is this Vi pick. She got a lot of love in the last patch, and she is just a disaster, right? Not a disaster. She is a bully right now. You can build her two different ways. Both are very effective. It looks like we do have the aftershock coming through for long shot here. So most likely going to be more of a tanky build coming through. I've played both recently with the Aftershock and the Hail of Blades, and both feel just ridiculous.
Now, from a non-jungle player, do you think it feels good? Is she just tankier now? Is she easier to access backline? Kind of what changes do they make to her?
They put more power into her shield. They gave it a higher percent health ratio. So if you do opt to build the tankier with the Cinder Hulk, you go for something with like the Black Cleaver rather than the Trinity Force, you just get shields more often and you get them larger shields. So definitely beneficial for here. ADC Prime needs to get out here, does get hit by the death sentence, and will just get absolutely wiped off the map at 42 seconds. ADC Prime probably just AFK'd there.
ADC Prime, he didn't just fall for it once, fell for it twice there. You know the term "fool me once, fool me twice"? Yeah, there it is. ADC Prime just got made a fool of. They did this level 1 invade last time, and last time ADC Prime blew his flash. This time he said, "Nah, I'll just gift them some gold, give them a handicap or something." What is he thinking?
I don't know what he was thinking there. Definitely, from the pathing, he could have seen them coming. I think. I don't know.
Not entirely sure either.
Definitely just unfortunate. One thing we do need to think about in this bot lane matchup is just the pure range difference between Caitlyn and Nico. Nico, the on-hit build is very strong right now, but compared to Caitlyn's range, I honestly think she's just going to get poked out.
Oh, and catches both of them. Catches ADC Prime once again.
Ooh, fantastic damage come through. The Ignite will come down on the ADC Prime. Will have to blow the heal. Almost gets him down. Press the attack will get popped. And just ADC Prime is not going to have a fun time in this matchup.
No, and see, that's another thing. Elise and Belblaz in the bot lane just seem to understand that they have a mismatch, not necessarily in champion, but it looks like they feel like it's skill at this point. They know they think they're better. They know they're better at this point, and they're just taking advantage of that.
Yeah, early aggression coming through. The Electron Slayer will just have to blow his flash here. Unfortunately, was able to get that displacement onto Zeptepi, or that gank probably would have gone less in the favor of the Urgot. Massive damage coming through on this Caitlyn. Unfortunately, the Flay does not connect her. That would have been the death of ADC Prime.
You see lots of poke actually coming down. Nico, as you said, go ahead.
The way he's playing, I almost think he's having connection issues. Like, it doesn't look like he's having fluid movements. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being like overanalyzing ADC play. Do you see a return gank here on the top side? Arctic Sands will just go ahead and dive under turret. Will go ahead and pick up the Urgot, trying to keep him punished again. Vi coming, trying to do anything in this bot lane. Longshot trying to get away. So low on the health here. Undrunk also just barely making it out. Will drop the ignite onto the threshold. Will pick him up after the turret shot also. Great for them, able to find something for themselves here in this matchup that has not gone favorably for them so far.
Thresh just walking a tad bit too far forward.
One more auto will do it onto ADC Prime. Will flash in for the auto. One more turret shot. Will pick him up. Heal comes through. Undrunk trying to find something. One more auto. Does pick it up. Undrunk sitting at 2-0 as this Nami.
Oh no.
Arctic Sands not having a fun time, but does get the E off. We do have Longshot here trying to help him out. Lee Sin will have to blow the flash to get out, and this is 2v2 coming in this top side. Thankfully, minions are here to take turret shots for Arctic Sands. Will just be trying to get it out. Vi will blow the flash on him. Will get the auto resets off with the E, and that will be a kill coming over onto this Vi. And we are sitting at 3-3 at 4.5 minutes into this game.
Arctic Ops just seems to be playing way too aggressive. They think they're at 20 minutes of last game. Guys, this is a new game. This is game 2. This is
game 2.
This is not the last game anymore. You guys need to play a little more conservative, realize that you guys aren't as powerful as you were last game, and just chill out just a little bit.
You definitely need to play a little bit safer, not going in their favor so far. I'm not sure what the Q coming through out of the Thresh was there, but ADC Prime is even in CS in this matchup so far.
That was the Q predict actually. That was the flash predict. Just didn't.
Okay, yeah, flash predict, yeah.
Yeah. He would have looked like a god, but
it was a zoning hook. Do you see them moving in? We do have a 4-man coming down. The box won't connect onto anyone. Not surprised. I'm not sure how the box didn't connect onto anyone. Great bubble there. The Undrunk did predict that the Lee Sin would take the Q in. Didn't take the Q, but that was just great predictive play there.
Yeah. And so as we're kind of seeing this aggressiveness coming out, and though the gold looks kind of even, only about a 400 gold difference, the difference in gold is actually only in the top lane. We have a massive CS difference. Renekton at 46 CS, Urgot at 21, and even without the buffs, this isn't a very even matchup. Urgot wins most matchups recently, so I'm not exactly sure what's going on here.
Yeah, but if you think about it, Renekton is League's original lane bully, so.
Yep, that's true.
Can't ever count the croc out. There's nothing scarier than a person who knows how to play Renekton. Like, I've been playing League for a while, and a person who is good with Renekton is terrifying.
Oh yeah, no.
I'm surprised we most likely will see some early attention coming towards this dragon, because it is the Ocean Drake, fantastic for that lane phase.
A pre-10-minute Ocean Drake is really nice. Earlier is better, obviously, but getting that landing pressure, the better
for that.
Mm-hmm. And I think that, in my opinion, I feel like the better use for Ocean Drake, the people that would benefit the most, in my opinion, would be on the side of WWOD, as they're not really looking to go aggressive. They're looking to not get poked out. As Arctic Sands getting in a little trouble here.
Yeah, Arctic Sands does get caught out here. Unfortunately, will get caught up in the grinder. Fear Beyond Death will come out. We do have Zeptepi trying to come in and find this vibe, but will go ahead and just back out. Yeah, unfortunately for Lee Sin, that Dragon's Rage did go off, but the Urgot was there, able to find the Fear Beyond Death, and just ridiculous.
And we're now at the point in the game where Anivia Puts down a wall, puts down her ulti, and clears the wave.
Forever. You will know. You will never be able to push this mid lane in again. Sorry that we've reached this point of the game. Do have Longshot sitting up in this bush. Do not believe it is warded. Renekton possibly looking to move in aggressively. I don't think he knows the Vi is here, but looks like, oh, I thought Longshot was going to complete the back, but looks like they're just trying to bait this Renekton in for a fight.
He could smell the problems. He said, Electron's acting weird. Let me back off for a second. So the right play there. Oh,
ooh, Arctic Sands moving back in, just trying to punish ADC Prime here. Will find that kill onto him as the Ignite does come out.
yeah, Arctic Sands finally atoning for his sins, getting caught out twice in the top side. And hold on. I'm not that bad. I just oh, getting caught out again.
Yeah, we do have Longshot here trying to punish him, and like I mentioned, this Vi is just so strong. Ooh, the Ward Hop will save him. Make sure that Ward Hop and the shield coming in off of the Lantern. Very lucky for Longshot. I'm sorry, for Arctic Sands, rather, able to get himself out of there. One more auto would have done it for him.
Oof. And that turret plating coming over to the side of Arctic Ops. So Nico happy to get some extra gold here.
Yeah, in the bot lane, items are about even when you compare the Cutlass to the BF sword. Do you have Longshot hanging around here, possibly looking to make a play onto this Ocean Drake, but also possibly just trying to clear out some vision.
Oh no, ADC Prime.
Oh, ADC Prime. Sorry, bud.
Walked a little too far forward without her support, and pop goes the Caitlyn.
Yeah, he's just not going to have a fun time this game. If he gets hit by anything, there's just so much CC in his bot lane. If he gets hit by anything, he's not going to have a good time. Especially with the buff that came through to the Tangle Barbs, increasing the duration of it, it's just not going to have a good time.
Electron Slayer finally giving the Renekton the respect he deserves. As you can see, Zeptepi dashes in quickly, and there got shields up, backs away, and says, yeah, we're going to let this Croc stay hungry for a little while. Very interactive mid lane, as you can see.
Oh, yeah. Just two Roa champs, but only one of them is building Roa, so...
Oh, that's right, yep. The GLP... Oh!
Ooh,
the cleanse.
Yeah, the cleanse does come out. You are trying to trade the stuns. Wall does find Umbria, will force him back a little bit. Will just try to... Ooh. Honestly, a way better trade onto the... in favor of this Anivia when you consider that they have the egg, but the Arctic Ops bot lane is moving up here. Death Sentence trying to... Ooh, actually have to blow the flash for Brutus Muffin here just to stay alive. Arctic Sands sitting up in this top side. Electron Slayer walking back and forth. I don't think he knows that Lee Sin is there. Dragon's Rage is available, so possible kick coming in this top side. Yep, Dragon's Rage will come down. Electron Slayer is just going to get wiped off this map as both ultimates get deployed on the top side. This Thresh is just trying to make it out. Longshot is just trying to get him. Ace in the hole gets used, but will get canceled as they just go ahead and shut down the Nico and the Thresh here, looking to apply some pressure in this mid lane.
Yeah, great fight in the mid lane there. They smelled blood in the water, and they decided to for it. You know, they said, hey, we see the jungler topside, we so they just pulled the trigger and go for it. The Anivia putting out so damage with that ulti and zone control there. And then, of course, Vi with the recent buffs, as you mentioned. Ace in the hole and Nami to keep everyone topped up. It just seemed like the perfect storm.
Yeah, they did just pick themselves up that Ocean Drake, and that'll definitely help them out. Not exactly the perfect timing for it, but you're never going to say no to an Ocean Drake, especially in a matchup where you have to play against a Nico and a Veigar.
Now, how much disrespect do you have to be just having a good time and proxy lane not as singed against an Urgot? Like, how much, like, that is just, I feel like that's rude,
I mean,
man.
if we look at the gold, there's an 1100 gold difference. We do have the hook coming in onto Undrunk. Will just get wiped out. Unfortunately, the last auto does not connect for this Nico. Turret shots come through. Arctic Sands trying to do anything in this game. Dragon's Rage will get him. Unfortunately, with Fear Beyond Death coming out, will connect the Fear onto this Renekton. Zep just trying to get away. One more auto will do him in, and this Vi will go ahead and pick him up. ADC Prime almost connected that the death sentence.
The communication doesn't seem to be there yet. They're going for objectives without any sort of advantage or vision. It just doesn't seem right. And granted, props to WWOD. They can smell it. They know what's happening, and they go and check it. But at the same time, I think you should have a little more caution on the side of Arctic Ops.
Yeah, Arctic Ops definitely needs to go back to that game one style they had, where they had just wards all over that map. They need to get more vision in this map before they try to take these really aggressive plays that they're trying to take. They're coming in a little cocky off of that game one win, where I think they forgot that they were down for half the game.
And it's it's one thing to say, to end the game, be like that, but there's something that you have to kind of talk to your team and say, hey, we can't take this team lightly. We had a 9,000 gold lead at one, and we couldn't close it out. So this team deserves some respect on our ride.
Yeah, definitely have to pay some respect, and I think that's why they are just targeting the ADC in this game. Definitely not allowing him to have any fun. Death Sentence almost connects, but the speed up from Nami will keep him alive.
Well played on Arctic Prime, just kind of staying alive. I mean, sort of, 0-4, so has died a few times, but that's
he does have the biscuits and hasn't even been able to use them. he doesn't get poked out. He gets popped and has to back. Like, he doesn't get poked a little bit, so he hasn't even needed his biscuits yet. Flash Death Sentence will come out. Does have to blow the flash out of this Caitlyn just to stay alive. And Summoner's traded in the bot lane.
And Vi is here to assist if needed. Maybe just clearing out some vision. Nothing there that they can see at the moment. Looks like they won't spot out that ward that's just to the right. So just a little bit of vision left on the map for him.
Yeah, barely missed it with that sweeper. Another 50 units to the right, and they would have found that ward. Do have very aggressive placement by Zep in the blue side jungle. Arctic Sands not able to connect that. We'll get a stun and just massive damage coming out of this Anivia. People always forget how much damage Anivia does.
Oh yeah, no, Olivia's one of those champions that just like, oh look, she's a pretty bird, and then she just absolutely destroys you with 3 skills. And you just kind of sit there like, oh, I can't move. There's a wall in my way, and I just got 100 0'd.
And when I kill you, you come back.
Yeah, definitely.
Do have the Rift Herald getting popped in the mid lane here. Will get the charge off, I think. Yeah, cannot be interrupted by the Veigar box. Not able to pick up that first turret, but will get that charge off, do a significant amount of damage to that mid lane turret. And as we move into this mid game, what are you looking for from both sides here?
So let's talk about top lane for a second. Once again, the name of the game is Zep. I mean, this guy has a 1,500 gold lead. Oh, stuck between the wall and another wall there. But anyway, this guy has a 1,500 gold lead. Hold on, some action happening in the mid lane here.
Yeah, we do have action coming into the mid lane. Dragon's Rage is used. Brutus Muffin just trying to get out. Does have the passive available, but not even able to find anything. Very impressive from Brutus Muffin here, able to take the 1v2.
I think Arctic Ops has the right idea. Nico, keep pressuring. She's getting a nice. She's
Ooh,
getting a
fantastic hook. Able to connect back, stop the back from Brutus Muffin. Thought he was going to try to follow up on that, but didn't have any teammates available to help him out. So definitely would have just been his death.
So Arctic Ops, again, just doing the right thing. Nico's getting a CS lead. They're able to pressure in the bot lane, where Renekton is just applying pressure top lane, getting a huge lead, about 1,500 here. And Urgot doesn't seem to be able to fight him, just kind of matching him and clearing waves. So it's they're doing the right thing, just leaving the Renekton alone. Unfortunately, he's going to be a monster that's going to be able to dive the backline soon enough.
Yeah, it looks like gold is about dead even for these junglers here. It looks like most of the gold lead is in this bot lane. Ooh, we do have the Tangled Barb coming down onto this Nico. We'll just wipe her off the map. Did have the 3 kills, so will get shut down as so much gets committed on this bot side for Arctic Ops.
Yep, Renekton comes on down just to make sure they have the absolute secure not only on the tower, but on the Cloud Drake as well. So just making sure that they have complete control over this bot side.
Yeah, and topside was pushed up far enough where he does not even have to worry about that right now. They most likely will be sending their bot lane towards the top side, as it looks like Renekton is just continuing to push on the bottom side. But like I mentioned earlier, we do have a level 12. Urgot does have the toggle unlocked for that minigun now, so he can absolutely melt turrets if he's left alone with them.
Absolutely, and with the Black Cleaver completed, Renekton has to give him a little more respect, because Black Cleaver can be, again, with the toggle, can be fully stacked in, well, about a second, maybe even a second and a half. So definitely not someone that you want to be left alone with, especially with the kind of damage that he's providing in the top lane at the moment with the buffs.
Yeah, I'm honestly surprised we haven't seen any variance in the build with the more, because they also increased the amount of damage that comes through, like the amount of on-hit damage. They increased the percentage. I can't remember the exact increase, but there was a percentage increase of on-hit damage. So I heard predictions that maybe we'd be seeing like a Blade of the Rune King in an Urgot build, which would be really exciting to see. But I think that would mostly be an anti-tank build.
Yeah, there's not really many tanks on this side of Arctic Ops, but really the big thing is that he really has to be itemizing against the Renekton in this case.
Longshot is trying to find out Ellis. Ace in the hole will come through, not doing much damage as the Aftershock was active. Longshot barely not hit by that death sentence. The Q will get followed up by for Arctic Sands. We'll have to blow the flash. Nico coming in with the ultimate, trying to find this Nami. Able to get caught in the backline. Nico will get wiped out. Does get caught by the box. Arctic Sands is trying to get away. Oh! Fury on Death does come through. That massive range buff came through in this patch and does show right there. Absolutely massive Fear Beyond Death right there.
Electron.
Pulls this Lee Sin into the grinder. Fantastic cleanse from Brutus Muffin, doing so much damage at the Elias, and we'll just pop this Thresh.
Oh, Brutus knew exactly how much damage. He said, "Yeah, go ahead, hook me. That's fine. I've got a wall. I've got my cleanse, and I've got my ulti here. So see what happens." And sure enough, exactly what he predicted. Brutus Muffin, well played. Seemed like it was even almost a bait.
Yeah, one thing I did not mention when I was talking about the Urgot buffs that came through, they put a 900 range buff on his ultimate, which is just nutty. They increased it from 1,600 to 2,500 for attack range for his ultimate. So definitely saw that come through, as before Lee Sin would not have been hit by that ultimate.
Yeah, Electron just snipes Lee Sin from town. Honestly, an incredible play there.
So we do have fights that are going in the favor of WWD here, but they only have one turret. Haven't really been able to find anything. Cleanse is down, so Brutus Muffin will have to play a little more conservative. Just wiping this Thresh off the map again. ADC Prime able to pick up the first kill. And this Anivia is online, does have the fully stacked Tear of the Goddess, does have the fully stacked Rod of Ages, and this is just going to be massive damage coming out of this Anivia now.
Absolutely. I'm not really seeing a whole lot of MR coming out from the side of
I don't see any MR.
Yep.
There's one Spectre Skull. Sorry, no magic control.
Yep.
But yeah, we do have Arctic Sands trying to contest, but will have Longshot just smite this away. Zeptep in the back line trying to find anything, but not able to find anything. Will get the shot down onto this Caitlyn, desperately needed the gold, but will just get wiped off by this Veigar.
Oh, Baron buff going over to WWOD, and desperately needed. This is the kind of game they were really looking for. Oh, yikes.
Ooh, unfortunately, Longshot will just get picked up there, but trade comes back through. These walls have been fantastic for Brutus Muffin. If you're the Thresh, you have to be pissed at this Anivia right now. Caused 3 of your deaths in a row.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta be angry, but you know, who are you really angry at? Are you angry at the Anivia or angry? Because he's put himself in those situations where he's in range, where Anivia has not used ulti yet, and he's just been in an awkward situation. So, you know, though this Anivia is online, you got to kind of blame yourself for your positioning there.
I'm really confused why Electron Slayer didn't finish that top lane turret.
I'm pretty sure he's just scared of that Renekton right now. If he's alone, he doesn't want 1v1ing him at the moment. Though he's not that far behind thanks to the kills he's picked up.
Yeah, has picked up a few kills. Does have a bounty on himself right now also. Ocean Drake Ocean Drake will go over to AO here. And it will even it up 1-1 in terms of Ocean Drakes. Both teams will have a little bit of regen, but Cloud Drake in favor of Arctic Ops here.
And see, this is kind of what bothers me about Baron buffs for a lot of these teams, especially, and this happens a lot in solo queue, is that, you know, Baron buff is picked up, and then we're kind of dilly-dallying the jungle. Not much is happening.
Maybe it does get hit by the death sentence, almost gets hit by the box, turns on to the Veigar, does have to blow the flash. Longshot is fighting Zep Tepi, and it starts to go more towards Zep's favor. And this is, will be Zep picking up Longshot. Not fun to fight a fully stacked Conqueror Renekton. Looks
Zep.
like we do have Electron Slayer trying to fight Zep in this bot lane, but Zep is healing up a little bit, just trying to find whatever he can. Yeah, not even sure Zep can, Urgot can fight the Renekton right now.
I think he can, if Renekton's ulti isn't on, which is why he kind of backed off at the moment.
Oh my god, ADC Prime just gets wiped off. We do have the Dragon's Rage coming in onto this Anivia. This is the pick they needed to find onto her. They will shut the Anivia down. Undrunk does get hit by the death sentence. Arctic Sands trying to find it. We will follow up on the Q and will pick up that kill. 3 kills going over on the side of Arctic Ops.
Well played by them. Renekton just kind of in the side lane, like exactly what he needed to do. With the Vi picked off, not much pick potential. Veigar is safe. The Nico is safe. And
there are still 3 members dead. They will get to Longshot with this box, and he will just go down under his own turret.
Oh, you gotta feel bad as Vi there.
Unfortunately for WWD here, there is a 5-0 and 3 Veigar on the enemy team, and he is just going to absolutely wipe you off the map with the Primordial Burst.
He's got 231 extra AP.
That's nutty.
with his extra.
That's a death cap and a half. That's it's almost 2 death caps if you ignore the passive. Like, that's nutty.
Oh boy.
And also will pick himself up the death cap. So this Veigar is currently sitting at, what is it, 791 AP, and that will just continue to grow. So this Veigar is scary.
Yeah, definitely. You do not want to get caught by the Veigar. You get caught in the baby cage, that's your problem.
He's not even 16 yet, and the ultimate does up to 1700 damage.
Ooh.
That's nutty.
Though I will say, Nico is finally online. She's got her Blade of the Rune King. She's got her Ginsus. She's got a Zeal. So she's finally at the point where they can make something happen. Oh no!
Yeah, do have Umbria getting caught up. Zeptepi trying to find something in the back lane. We do have multiple redemptions coming down, trying to find anything. Longshot will get caught by the death sentence. Does try to go back in onto Umbria with the ultimate. Doesn't find anything. Argot tries to go down, but Fear Beyond Death does get canceled by his death, and we do have Arctic Ops just pushing in here on this mid lane. Fantastic fight coming out of Arctic Ops.
They've got minions. This might be the game.
Yeah, they do have the minions available 20 seconds on these death timers for the next member, and there's no way ADC Prime can contest 5 members.
No, not with the Renekton on the other team. Krog's hungry, and they are going to back off. Probably the smart play at this point.
Yeah, probably the smart play. Only 10 seconds left for most of these members. Both Baron up in 30 seconds, Infernal in 1 minute, so they will just look to set up for some of these neutral buffs.
Yep, Zeptepi goes back to the side lane in the bot. He's got TP available for Baron, should he hit. And then, of course, we've got in the other side lane, the Veigar, just alone, just making sure that everything is pushed, and everyone's going to reset for Baron and try to get that vision. As it looks pretty sparse on that side of the map, they want to make sure that they've got that. Oh, got out!
Connects on to Undrunk. Will thankfully does get the tidal wave off. Longshot dives into the back lane, trying to find something. Does get kicked by the Dragon's Rage. Fear Beyond Death will pick off this Nico as this fight does go in favor of WWD. Umbria trying to find anyone he can with the box. Not able to connect. They will start the Baron as they move in. Zeptepi trying to find anyone he can. Death Sentence does not connect onto the Anivia. Box around Longshot. He is trying to just dance his way around, cannot find anything. Death Sentence will connect on the Longshot. He absolutely gets wiped out. Electron Slayer trying to find anything. Zeptepi moving in. Primordial Burst just wipes him off the map. The Anivia comes through, but there's nothing they can do at this point. Umbria does so much damage, does not get hit by the bubble, is trying to find whatever he can. Longshot does get hit by the box, but Umbria does so much damage. He's just in a 1v3 and absolutely winning. The Anivia will try to pick him up, and the shutdown will come through. The passive is here for this Anivia, but not going to do anything for him. Undrunk, not sure what you're going to do, bud. Does get hit by the death sentence and caught up by the Renekton, and that is just a hell of a fight that just went down.
As Zeptepi takes the minions into the base, tries to push, and that's going to be a free Baron. I'm pretty sure they don't even care there's a control there. They're like, yeah, we know.
Yeah, but this entire time we do have Zeptepi just pushing supers into this mid lane, and that is just nutty.
Yep. While this Baron goes down, he's just going to go to bot lane, make sure that all the minions can't be cleared, and just make sure to give them something else to worry about instead of the Baron.
Yeah, it looks like the Baron will just be going down here for Arctic Ops. They do have the Renekton picking up the red buff. They also have the the dragon is available now. It looks like it is another ocean rather than an infernal. Sorry, I forgot about the display bug for spectator. But man, this is honestly, the fights are going back and forth, but it is, in terms of objectives, consistently been in the favor of Arctic Ops.
Yep, Arctic Ops, it seems like they take one step back and then two steps forward, as every time that they lose a member or two, Umbria or Zeptepi are there to kind of pick them up and say, oh no, we got your back, guys. We'll push them off Baron. We'll get a couple kills. We'll get the ace, stuff like that. So, that's just kind of how it goes on the side of Arctic Ops. They're just like, yeah, we've got our carries. We're fine.
So the Veigar hit level 16 and has 900 AP, so the ultimate does up to 2,000 damage. So he can wipe off the Caitlyn if the Caitlyn's half health. Like, if the Caitlyn is health damaged in any way, the Caitlyn is gone because Caitlyn doesn't have any MR. So they need to focus this Veigar, but it hasn't been working out. They've had Longshot diving into the back lane, but Veigar just drops the box around himself every time.
Now here's a time where Arctic Ops has to end the game. We've got Renekton at level 18. He's nearly at full build, maybe one, maybe two more items. That's it, maybe finishing that last item there. And they just have to apply that pressure now as he's the highest level, and he's going to start to fall off here.
Yeah, they do have the wall coming in, but when you have a Baroned up cannon minion, the wall doesn't even matter. It's too far out. You're not going to stop it. Death Sentence will come in onto long shot. Does get also stunned by the wall. Will ultimate in onto the Vagar, but nothing will find him out there. Redemption does come down, and between the Primordial Burst and the Dragon's Rage, that was nasty. Do have Arctic Ops just trying to end this game. Massive three-man Q as, oh man, the empowered Q caught out three. It was a triple kill by this Vagar, and that will be the 2-0 coming through for Arctic Ops. Fantastic game for them.
Well played to both teams. Lots of positives on both sides, a few negatives, things to work on, but overall well played by both of these teams. Arctic Ops did take the victory though. Zep Tepi, absolutely a monster in that top lane, and even Umbreon on that Vagar was a sight to watch. Really, really fun series to watch, that's for sure.
Yeah, definitely a fun series to be a part of. Definitely at least for myself, I'm going to have to give the MVP to Zep Tepi. Just created so much pressure for himself, forced the jungler up there. Just, he created so much pressure for his team.
Yeah, I mean, I was, I'm sitting here half and half, Zep Tepi, maybe even Umbria, but I gotta give a lot of credit to Arctic Sands. He got the untiltable honor from me. Got it getting caught out in the enemy jungle times, but still said, you know what? No. I got caught out, but I can still apply pressure. And he was constantly ganking lanes, constantly in the enemy jungle harassing. So a lot of credit to him. Overall, again, great showing by Arctic Ops. If I was in Dominate Open, this would be a team that I would not be happy to go up against, because it would not be a very easy series to win.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely a lot of back and forth in that series. Like you said, both teams showed a lot of potential. It just came down to certain decisions. It came down to the fact that ADC Prime started both games crippled just due to the fact that he didn't have a flash the first game and ended up giving up his life at the beginning of the second and really put himself far behind. You want to think that if that didn't happen, they might have had a better shot in the bottom lane, but it's hard to tell.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, that's going to do it for tonight. Dominate Open was a quick 2-0, but make sure to catch us tomorrow. I believe we have Champions League.
Yeah,
I believe
Champions League at 7 o'clock tomorrow.
that's right. It's the invitation only league, I believe, full of really your top ranked players here at Risen. It's going to be the top creme de la creme competition for real prize money, and so we're in the split. So we'll see, we'll see who plays tomorrow, and I hope you guys join us tomorrow at 7 o'clock.
Yeah, and definitely join us tomorrow for Champions League. Join us next week back again at 7 p.m. for another edition of Dominate. Also, remember Fridays at 8, we have the Rampage League also. So definitely follow the the Risen Esports Twitch page if you haven't to get all of those updates whenever we go live. Okay, thanks for joining me tonight, Exodus. It was a great cast. Thanks to Eldwist for the background support. So for me, for Eldwist, and for Exodus, have a great night.